Miss Herrera, stop. Miss Herrera, stop. I didn't ask you to talk. You do. Stop, Miss Herrera, you need to stop right now, because you know what? You've been making faces throughout this entire trial. Yeah, you have been. And everything's been caught on video.
And you testified that your son is not in a gang, and you don't know anything about his wrongdoings as far as a gang is concerned.
Well, according to Florida statute, I'm a gang associate.
You testified that he doesn't have access to the safe that you've had for 10 years or whatever. Do you then ask him, what is the code to the safe?
Yes.
Does he respond to you with a code?
Yes.
He clearly had access to the safe. That was bad.
Did you know your son or Isaiah chance to have access to those assault rifles in March or April of 2024?
No.
She don't know nothing about it. Her son clearly hid so much shit from her.
So if you willingly associate with a known gang member,
Correct.
then you are considered a gang associate. Well, she said I willingly admitted to being a gang member. I just wanted to clarify that.
I'm cringing. This is the jury hearing all this, man. Day 7 of the Foolio murder trial was insane. The defense lawyer grills the lead detective and does a good job. The state then rests their case, and the defense calls Gathwrights' mom to the stand, and things get messy. This video is probably so long. I've recorded for 5.5 hours today. There's so many details. Hit subscribe. Thanks for support. Let's go. All right, defense cross-examination on the lead detective. It's gonna make him look dumb. Bad investigation.
There's no evidence whatsoever that at the time Alicia Andrews was attempting to book an Airbnb that she knew of some murder plot to kill Foolio. Is that correct?
He can answer if he knows.
At the time that she's booking it on Friday? Are you specifying, or
At the
now?
time that she sends an Instagram text message to the individual on Instagram at that time.
I can't speak to what was going on in her mind at the specific time she's sending that message.
All right, there's no confession note anywhere from Alicia Andrews that she knew of any murder plot. That's correct?
Correct, sir.
There's no incriminating message in her phone that says she knew of a murder plot to kill Foolio Charles Jones. Is that correct?
In detail, no.
All right. When you say in detail, no. Is there any undetailed or less detailed message in her phone that says she knew of a plot to kill Foolio Charles Jones?
I'm aware of the messages that she wished death on the victim, Mr. Jones.
Do those messages, 4 years before the murder happened, have any indication that she knew that Charles Jones was going to die on June 23rd of 2024?
No.
And you have no way of definitively knowing whether she knew that Charles Jones was going to get killed, correct?
As a totality of the evidence throughout the case, yes.
You do?
The evidence would point to her knowledge in the involvement of the crime, her participation.
So your testimony today is that there's evidence, I guess in the totality of the evidence, you know that Alicia Andrews, you know definitively that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to die.
Again, there's no singular piece of evidence other than a detailed confession that can tell me what's going on in someone's mind. So there's an inference or a logical deduction based off of all of the evidence that we've compiled in this case.
Logical deduction. Oh boy, he's gonna be like, so you're inferring.
So you're making inferences.
It's evidence.
All right. And you said there's nothing short of a confession that would let you know that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to die. Is that your statement?
Wait. Hold on. What's the objection?
She's misstating the witness's testimony argumentative.
Sustain the objection.
For the misstatement of the argument.
No, for the misstating what the detective just said.
You're saying that in the totality, if I'm saying it incorrectly, correct me.
Sure.
In the totality of what you have looked at, that there's evidence that Alicia Andrews knew Charles Jones was going to die.
Yes.
All right. And then you also said that the only thing that would show that Charles Jones knew, or that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to die is a confession.
No, your question was if she knew at the time that specifically she sent a message. Overall, if she knew throughout the whole weekend, the evidence would point that she knew. No, what I'm saying is that the confession would be something that could point at her state of mind. The evidence that we've compiled in the case would lead to the inference or the logical deduction that she did know Foolio was going to die that weekend.
All right. There is no motive for Alicia Andrews, in your opinion, other than her connections or loyalty to Isaiah Chance. Is that correct?
Again, based off of the messaging in her phone where she wished death on him, that's evidence that she had some wish that he would die.
You read the message in Alicia Andrews' phone?
I have reviewed them.
All right. And does it say she wished Charles Jones would die?
I can't recall the specific verbiage.
Does it say she wanted to kill Charles Jones?
No.
I think she said he need to die.
I can't speak to what everyone else felt towards Mr. Jones, only those who participated in his murder.
So you can't say whether there were people who felt certain ways about Charles Jones?
Speculation.
Sustain the objection.
All right. So Charles Jones did all of these things, and the only thing that you can speak on is how the individuals in this case felt about him.
That's my responsibility to figure out who killed Mr. Jones. I can't speak on everyone else's.
Half of you aren't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. My name is Cameron. I make a bunch of trial videos. Thank you guys.
Idea of Mr. Jones.
All right. So you can't draw any inferences about how the people felt about Mr. Jones?
Outside of the perpetrators in this crime, I can't speak about other people.
But you can speak about the gangs, right? You've spoken about gangs that he had problems with, right?
Yes.
And other people in Jacksonville he had problems with, right?
Yes.
And that those people didn't like him as well?
Yes.
All right. And Davion and Rashad Murphy were related to an individual named Spaz. Is that correct?
Correct.
Spaz died at the high school in 2018, I think. Alicia's best friend testified that they knew him. They were acquaintances. She said they weren't really like close, but...
So the Murphy brothers, from the evidence that you've seen in their phones, they felt a certain way about Spaz being killed. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
All right. They were angry that Spaz was killed.
That's my understanding.
All right. And they knew that Robert Howard was convicted for killing Spaz. Is that correct?
I would assume so. Yeah, Mr. Howard and Mr. Jones were hanging out the night that he was killed, yes.
All right. And so much so that Robert Howard was on one of the flyers for Charles Jones's parties.
That is correct.
Robert Howard and Charles Jones were in the same vehicle that night?
At some point in the beginning, I believe they were in the same vehicle or maybe on the drive down, but at the actual time of the murder, no, sir, they weren't in the same vehicle.
All right. Sean, I want to talk about Sean Gathwright and his motive. Sean Gathwright, before this incident, he'd never been involved in any gang activity. He'd never been monitored as a gang member. Is that correct?
By law enforcement, I don't believe so.
All right.
As other than his relationship with Isaiah Chance and the suspicions that they were involved in other gangland murders in Jacksonville. Again, nothing specific, not a confession or anything like that. It was my understanding from the research done by Jacksonville that Mr. Gathwright and Mr. Chance participate in criminal activity together.
When you say the research done by Jacksonville, are you saying you did not do your own research?
Of course I did.
Picking apart the motives right now, and he's going to get to her motive, and it's going to be nothing, I'm guessing, because she has no involvement in gangs.
There's ATK, NHG, and some other subset groups.
So you all have Isaiah Chance in ATK, in NHG, and in 1200?
I don't have Isaiah Chance in anything. I believe Jacksonville has documented as a gang member and established his connection to the gangs. The gangs work like hybrid gangs sometimes. It's not just a clear-cut one gang. You can hop from one gang to another.
Oh boy, hybrid gangs being brought up. This is YSL trial all over again. The hybrid gang thing in YSL was a joke.
Individuals in one gang can just hop out of one, get into another, hop out of that one, get into another gang.
From my experience of reviewing gangs, it happens, yes.
All right. And multiple of Isaiah Chance's acquaintances have died, and so therefore he wants to kill Foolio. Is that correct?
It would speak to his motive.
Other than Isaiah Chance, you have no evidence that Alicia Andrews hung out with any gang members or associates. Is that correct?
Associates, there's evidence she hung out with Sean Gathwright.
That she hung out with Sean Gathwright. So your testimony today is that there is evidence that Alicia Andrews has hung out with other gang members and gang associates other than Isaiah Chance.
Yes.
Sean Gathwright is a gang member?
A gang associate.
Who identified him as a gang associate?
So there's a documentation process for gang members, but not for gang associate. However, there is statutory guidelines on what could classify someone as a gang associate per Florida Statute 874.03.
And when was Sean Gathwright classified as a gang associate?
Again, there's no input for gang associate.
So
it would just be an investigation and a collection of evidence and reliable sources of information. And if we go back throughout the last 4 years of Sean Gathwright's relationship with Isaiah Chance and research, there would be enough statutory requirement to label him a gang associate. When I learned that he was a gang associate is when I realized that there's evidence of his involvement in this gang war. Somebody else might have known he was a gang associate prior to that or after that. There's no specific date that somebody gets labeled a gang associate.
Text messages that prove that Alicia Andrews had conversations with Sean Gathwright before this incident?
No, not that I can recall.
All right. They don't have any Instagram direct messages between each other?
Not that I got in for the time period that I pulled.
All right. And they don't have any photographs together?
Not that I'm aware of.
So he's actually done a pretty good job here trying to separate his client from all these guys involved in the murder, and she was only connected to her boyfriend. Listen, I see a lot of people trashing these defense lawyers. Yes, they have struggled. This is a very hard trial to win, but they're just doing their job. You know what I mean? And this guy's a younger lawyer. Like, he looks like he's, what, like in his 30s or something? Like,
going with Isaiah Chance to get a plate of food, on one instance, you don't have any evidence at all that Alicia Andrews was hanging out with Sean Gathwright.
Objection, Your Honor. A statement of the witness's testimony.
Overall, go ahead.
Sean Gathwright and Isaiah Chance are close friends for years now. So, and the defendant, Alicia Andrews, has been dating Isaiah Chance on and off for 4 years. So,
So you're assuming that because Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance are dating on and off, that she must have been around Sean Gathwright at some point?
I'm not going to make that assumption, no.
Okay. They spoke to each other on the phone for hours at a time, even though they're on rival gangs, right?
My understanding, that's not an uncommon practice. Like, these guys talk to each other via Twitter Spaces and spend a lot of time on the phone talking to each
it's actually kind of true. I mean, I don't know about hours. That's kind of crazy. But in several different cities, these gang members talk to each other and taunt each other on social media, like on Instagram Live, on Twitter Spaces. So
it's well, if it's not uncommon, is there another example that you have of two rival gang members who speak to each other for hours on end on the phone?
Not specifically. Okay. It's his testimony. I have no way of verifying conversations that I don't know the exact dates, what phone numbers were used from years ago.
But you didn't attempt to verify it?
For this investigation, it wasn't material, no.
All right. So it's not that you don't have a way to verify, you just didn't try to do it.
Your Honor, argumentative.
Sustain the objection.
No, you went cross-examination. I don't even understand the objection for argumentative cross.
Okay. Well, I understand it, and I just sustained the objection. So please ask your next question.
So defense lawyer is trying to get it out that she wasn't even using her phone and Isaiah Chance was, which there is some evidence of that. So he's just trying to separate her even more, cast out that she was the one using her phone. So he's doing pretty good.
Did you track down the number that Robert Howard was talking to Isaiah Chance on?
No.
Why not?
He didn't. He wasn't able to tell me. I don't have access to Mr. Howard's phone.
You don't have access to his phone records?
No, I have access to the call detail records that I pulled from the 30-day period prior to this homicide, but my understanding was that Mr. Howard's conversations with Isaiah Chance spanned over a period of years. So no, I do not have years worth of call detail records for Mr. Howard.
All right, but you could have gotten those.
I'm not aware of how far back I can go. Typically, the rule of the normal process is to pull 30 days. We don't want to be too invasive in pulling records.
Well, you can ask Robert Howard for his consent to get those records, right?
That wouldn't have been material to this investigation.
Okay, so it's not material that Robert Howard is talking to someone in a rival gang that is a suspect in the murder of his best friend.
No, I'm specifically talking about the phone number from years ago.
All right.
He's trying to shit on his investigation, point out that he didn't do something when it was kind of unrealistic, but
Isaiah Chance fell out with that gang, with ATK.
That's what's been told to me.
All right. And ATK and 1200 are two separate gangs, and not the same gang.
That's my understanding.
At this point in time, Alicia Andrews is not present, correct?
That is correct.
All right. She's at home.
That is correct.
All right. And this is when Isaiah Chance first arrives.
Correct.
Isaiah Chance is going inside of Sean Gathwright's home.
Yes.
All right. Continue, please. Isaiah Chance grabs bags from his BMW. Is that accurate?
It appears that he's grabbing some bags from his BMW. Yes.
All right. At this point, Alicia Andrews is still not present on the scene.
Correct.
And there's a long bag that he's grabbing there. Is that correct? In his right hand.
The blue one in his right hand. Yes.
All right. And that's Sean Gathwright on the camera.
Yes, sir.
Sean Gathwright is with Isaiah Chance.
At
At
this
this
time,
time.
yes.
Alicia Andrews is still not present.
That's correct.
Actually, Alicia Andrews is never present during any of the time where Sean Gathwright and Isaiah Chance are packing and unpacking the vehicles at Sean Gathwright's house. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
that's a good point. She never really saw them pack any of the guns, or at least that's not on camera. But I mean, they did share an Airbnb.
I can't speak to what she knows.
You don't have any evidence that she knows what they're doing.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained as to state of mind, you can answer the question as far as evidence you may have or not have.
Do you have any evidence that Alicia Andrews knew that Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathwright were packing any of these belongings in this car, in this Impala?
No.
Did Isaiah Chance tell Alicia Andrews that he was packing anything?
Do I have evidence of
A
communication?
text message, anything?
No.
And they're packing these vehicles, they're going back and forth with these bags, they're doing that for a couple of hours. Is that correct?
I believe Mr. Chance got there somewhere around 12:30 p.m. And the packing occurs before they leave at 3:54. So yeah, I would say a couple hours, sure.
All right, and for that entire stretch of time, Alicia Andrews is not present.
She arrives closer to the right before they leave.
Right, but she's not present when they're packing any of the bags for those few hours. Is that correct?
For the packing of the bags, no.
All right. Or the packing of the cars with the bags.
She's not present for this specific sequence of the bags coming out of Mr. Gathwright's car and going into the Impala.
They don't even acknowledge each other. Is that correct?
I can't hear if there's
You didn't see
dialogue.
them, you didn't see them look at each other, correct?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled.
It's not argumentative. That was a bullshit objection from the state. He's trying to get it out that in front of the jury that she's barely acknowledging his friends. This was a couple getaway, remember?
You didn't see them look at each other.
It
correct?
doesn't appear that they have much interaction in this clip.
They
No,
don't
sir.
give each other a hug or anything like that.
There was no hug that I saw, sir.
When does your girlfriend ever hug your friends? Let's be honest here. Unless you're like over the age 35 or something. That's some old people do when they're all respectful and shit. Young people don't do that. I'm not saying 35 is old. I'm saying that's like older generation when you're being polite, hugging friends and shit. But younger generation don't be hugging each other when they come up to each other, bro. Let's be honest.
You know who the pink bag belongs to?
No.
So you don't know if it belongs to Alicia, you don't know if Alicia Andrews, you don't know if it belongs to Isaiah Chance, correct?
No.
You don't know if it belongs to Sean Gathwright?
I'm aware that it came out of Mr. Gathwright's home and ultimately goes back into Mr. Gathwright's home, but I have no way of proving who the rightful owner is of that pink bag.
Do you know what was in the pink bag?
No.
All right. And is that pink bag big enough to fit any of the rifles that are in evidence inside of it?
I can't, without the dimensions of the bag, I wouldn't be able to speculate on that.
All right. No problem.
Just casting doubt on that whole part of the trial where the state pointed out that she was carrying that pink bag that ended up in Sean's house because they're trying to get out in front of the jury that she was carrying a bag with a gun in it.
Was it uncovered or found during the search warrant of Sean Gathwright's home?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, there was bags that were loaded into the Impala out of Sean Gathwright's home. Those bags were then unloaded into the Airbnb, and then those bags were taken out of the Airbnb and transported back to Jacksonville.
Right, but there was a heavy focus on this pink bag, and I just want to make sure that we understand what the pink bag means. So that pink bag, as far as you know, didn't have any guns or weapons in it, correct?
I have no way of knowing what's inside the bag from the video footage.
All right.
What is this video?
There's parking along the side of the building, correct?
Correct.
All right. People do park on the side of the building, right?
There's spots there, yes, sir.
So when Alicia Andrews arrives to that door, she is caught on that ring camera. Is that correct?
Yes.
You can see the ring camera from this distance, right?
Yes.
It's also she approaches the door and she knocks on the door. Is that correct?
That's correct.
She has her bag in her hand.
She had, I believe, a phone in her hand, maybe a bag on her shoulder.
All right. And when she approaches the door and knocks on it, someone from inside lets her in. Correct?
That's what the evidence would suggest at this point with the log and all the information that we have. I have no definitive way of knowing that someone inside let her in.
Okay. Well, she knocks. She doesn't put in a code. Correct?
It does appear she's knocking when the first video starts, yes.
All right. When did you come to realize that Alicia was not let in remotely?
When I examined the locking mechanism log myself.
So like a month ago?
I can't recall the exact date, but yes, it was more recent to the trial than I didn't have it in July of 2024.
All right. And during the interrogation, you and Detective Campbell said you knew for 1,000% that she opened the door and let everyone else in through the back. Is that correct?
Again, so there's logical deductions and inferences that have to be made with circumstantial evidence. That's a part of the requirement. Evidence, it's still evidence. At that time, I was not privy to the locking log that would have shown that the lock was manipulated somewhere in between 55 and 36 when we see it. There's a 36-second buffer that, yes, theoretically, it's possible somebody else put in the code and came in right before she did. And from the logs, we can see that they lock and lock almost simultaneously. So it does appear, now that I have all of the information, that somebody likely came in a few seconds before her. She got locked out, and that's why she's knocking. And yes.
All right. But I guess you didn't have all the information about that until a month before trial.
Specifically the locking log, the exhibit where we can see the thumb lock turn and unlock. I didn't have that information during the interrogation room while I was in the interrogation.
And that,
Wait, so someone did go in before her? Is what he just admitted? It's a little confusing.
you don't know when Davion Murphy went into the Airbnb, if he even went into the Airbnb at this time.
No, pretty much all front door usage stops after this.
Separating his client from Davion Murphy because she said in her interview she didn't really know him and she couldn't even identify him, remember, in the drive-through footage. So this lawyer's doing pretty good at like picking apart little details, casting doubt, honestly. It's not going terrible.
The camera fully boots up and start recording, because when the recording starts at 55:36, it's actually her approaching right before she knocks. So the evidence would suggest 7:55 unlocked by access code, 7:55:36 she's on camera about to hit the door, that whoever put in this access code and came in from her came in seconds prior, and the camera likely would have been booting up.
All right.
I have a Ring camera and it can do this. It can be a little weird where it doesn't detect people, but it's very, very rare. So, but either way, this is just casting doubt in front of the jury.
Alicia Andrews, however, is at the Airbnb at 10:30. Is that correct?
No, her device is at the Airbnb.
Her
Yes.
device. And her device is at the Airbnb. She also uses that device at the Airbnb, correct?
We believe so.
Right. That's the photograph you showed yesterday of Alicia Andrews posting on Instagram a Pandora bracelet.
Yes.
And that was around the time of 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, sir.
All right. So certainly, correct?
We believe so.
Right. That's the photograph you showed yesterday of Alicia Andrews posting on Instagram a Pandora bracelet.
Yes.
And that was around the time of 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, sir.
All right. So certainly, the purpose of that was to show that Alicia Andrews was actually using her device at around that time, correct?
We believe that Alicia Andrews had control of her device at that time. Yes.
All right. And so while the four boys are off at Teasers at 10:30, Alicia Andrews is at the Airbnb.
I would agree to that. Yes.
So they left Alicia Andrews and went to go look or stalk Charles Jones. Is that correct?
I can't testify that what they were doing specifically, other than the whereabouts of their devices, and I do know that Mr. Jones was not at Teasers at 10:30.
Interesting. I must have missed this detail. That's kind of big. At one point earlier in the night, she wasn't with them when they first went to go find Foolio, the four dudes. That's actually kind of huge because it could show that she's just oblivious. I just really doubt it. I mean, like, there's just no way. She was in the car with them. Like, there's just no way.
Sean Gathwright is not texting Alicia Andrews to figure out where Charles Jones is at, correct?
No.
Sean Gathwright is not having Alicia Andrews go to the Airbnb where Charles Jones is at, correct?
Sean Gathwright having Alicia Andrews go to, no. Yeah, that's correct.
All right. And Sean Gathwright or Isaiah Chance or anyone is not sending Alicia Andrews to any of the nightclubs by herself to go party with Charles Jones. Is that correct?
At the time that Sean Gathwright is doing this, he's at the Airbnb with Alicia Andrews.
That was a good response. They were trying to say that, you know, he wasn't using her at that point.
At the time that Sean Gathwright is texting Kyla Enright to figure out where Charles Jones is at, Sean Gathwright's device is in the same location as where Alicia Andrews is at.
Correct.
All right. And he's not talking to Alicia Andrews to tell her to do what he's asking Kyla Enright to do, correct?
There's no communication that we found on the phone between Sean Gathwright and Alicia Andrews at the time that Sean Gathwright is texting Kayla Enright.
And then that person says, let me FT, let me FaceTime, right?
Yes.
So she just does what he asks her to do, right?
Yeah, it appears, yes.
With no understanding completely of what Sean Gathwright is asking her to do, correct?
To add some context, Kayla Enright said she was drunk.
She said she was drunk?
Yes, she said she was at a club and she was very, very drunk and she doesn't remember this conversation.
When they first showed these messages a few days ago, I was like, this girl is like either dumb or drunk.
This is supposed to be a well thought out conspiracy, right?
We believe it was premeditated and planned, yes.
Planned for days, weeks, how long?
From some messages on John's phone, at least weeks.
So they're planning it for weeks, and as they get to Tampa, Sean Gathwright still is like trying to figure out how he's going to find Charles Jones. Is that correct?
The pool party was not advertised weeks in advance. I don't think anyone knew in advance that there was going to be a private pool party at an Airbnb.
Right, but sometime Charles Jones did post about being at an Airbnb, right?
Yes.
He's pretty vocal about his surroundings and where he's at, throughout his stay in Tampa, right?
Yes.
He's on his Instagram posting that he's in an Airbnb, right?
Correct.
That he's drinking in an Airbnb, right? And he also is he wants individuals to come and party with him for his birthday, right?
He broadcasted advertising that he was willing to give the address to females who would DM him, yes.
All right. So you have no indication that Charles Jones knew Alicia Andrews, is that correct?
No.
All All right. No, it's not correct, or no, he doesn't
I'm
know?
sorry, I have no evidence that Mr. Jones knew who Alicia Andrews was.
All right. And so Alicia Andrews, like any other woman, could have DM'd Charles Jones to get this address for this Airbnb. Is that correct?
We're getting into hypotheticals and theories, yes, sure.
Well, I mean, she could have taken her device and went to her Instagram and sent a message to Charles Jones, right?
I am aware that Alicia Andrews dated Kay Shorty, and so, there is probably some historical, that would, we're going to, theorize about this. So do I know that Mr. Jones knew Alicia? I have no evidence of that right now. Is it possible that Mr. Jones knew who Alicia was? Yes. Aaliyah Albritton, from the information that I was given, dated Quan. Is on that side, yes.
On the opposing side?
Opposing from Foolio's side, yes, sir.
And Quan is a rival. No, I'm sorry. Quan is the blood brother of Young and Ace.
That's my understanding. That
So defense is going to try to get out that Aaliyah could possibly have set this up. The random girl that was with Foolio in one of the cars parked out front of the hotel. Just casting doubt.
Another post from Alicia Andrews' device, correct?
Yes.
Trying to figure out why TF is Pizza Hut so MF high all of a sudden. I just want some wings. You see that?
Yes, I see it, sir.
And that was posted at 2:02 UTC time?
Around that same time, yes, sir.
Around the same time that she's posting to Pandora?
Yes.
So she's worried about food while the others are out near teasers. Is that correct?
I do believe she was hungry at that time, yes, sir.
I do believe she was hungry.
Is Isaiah Chance?
Yes, sir, correct.
All right. Alicia is not driving this vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Alicia Andrews gets out of the front passenger seat, right?
Yes.
At this point, is she looking around the corner for Charles Jones or anything like that?
It does appear she's looking around.
Is she looking at the direction of Charles Jones?
They're walking towards the position where you would be able to see Charles Jones.
She has her hands in her pocket when she's walking around,
That's what it appears.
following behind Isaiah Chance.
She's with Isaiah Chance, yes, sir.
All right.
I mean, he's trying to make her look oblivious. She wasn't actually even looking around. Like, you know what I mean? She just had to have known, though. Like, there's just no way you're this dumb.
Testimony is that when Isaiah Chance takes the phone and he has it up to his face area, that there's no call being made at that time, no record of a call being made at that time?
Through the call detail records, I can't attest to any other forms of applications. We do believe that there was other forms being utilized that would not be describable in her call detail records. There's apparent continuous communication, so I don't know specifically what phone call he didn't pick up or that specific message, but there's communication throughout the night continuously. So.
Well, we'll get to the rest of the night, but
Sure.
at least as far as right here in this moment where you have camera footage of Alicia Andrews standing next to Isaiah Chance with her phone in hand, there's no phone call or no records, no evidence that she heard a conversation that he was having.
So there's a 3-minute break between 2:28 and 2:31. So I have no way of telling whether there was a successful conversation had near those cars. And then on the walk back, he's again attempting to call, and that's the failed call. There's no way of telling whether there was a successful conversation at 2:20.
Is using his phone?
I can't testify to who's using the phone at 2:31 inside that car right now.
And they leave the parking lot at 2:32, correct?
It's shortly after this. Yeah, I can't remember the exact time frame. Between 2:32 and 2:34, something like that.
So this is pretty decent. He's getting in front of the jury that the detective really doesn't know who's using the phone at this point in the car when they actually successfully texted someone or called someone on records.
They leave teasers. They go somewhere else. When I say they, I mean Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews.
Correct.
All right. Yesterday you testified that they went somewhere over on Hillsborough. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. They went to another club called Players Club
Pardon me? Objection to counsel testifying.
for cross-examination.
Go ahead, overrule.
They went to another club called Players Club. Is that correct?
No, I don't know if that's correct. I don't know where they went on Hillsborough. I just know that the devices are tracking to the area of Hillsborough.
Tracked down that Alicia Andrews went to McDonald's, correct?
Correct.
That she ended up at Teasers,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
That she was at Truth 18, correct?
Correct.
That she was at USF, correct?
The Homestead Suites, yes.
Well, the actual
Oh, the
campus
USF,
was
okay, yes,
And
correct.
then,
Yes,
and
sir.
then Home to Suites, correct? But you weren't able to track down where she was at during that 6-minute period that you're saying she was somewhere on Hillsborough.
We definitely made efforts. Detective Klein and a couple other detectives and myself went around that area. I believe there was no particular spot where the 6 minutes it still was easy to designate. So we went to multiple businesses. Walmart. There's a Walmart at Hillsborough and 19th, and then some other ones. We didn't find footage. No.
All right, but Charles Jones was never on Hillsborough, right?
Not that I
Never
know.
in the vicinity where Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance went after they left Teasers, correct?
He's inside Teasers at that time.
All right.
Pointing out that they couldn't find him for a little small time frame.
I found that individual right there walking through the parking lot. And when he makes it to this point, he's out of view. So we can't see within the line of sight of the cameras this far out to see who was taking that picture.
Okay. So you don't know if that was Isaiah Chance taking the photograph or Alicia Andrews taking the photograph?
No, just that it was her device.
All right. Do you know if this photograph was sent to anyone?
No, I don't know that.
Someone says, I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched, pop a bottle of Don Foolio today. Do you remember that text message?
I do.
Do you remember that it comes from Sean Gathwright's device?
I do.
And you remember that it goes to an individual that one of the Murphy brothers knows?
Correct.
All right. So presumably Sean Gathright did not send that text message, correct?
Correct.
One of the Murphy brothers used his phone to send it.
I believe they're cousins.
Oh, sorry. One of the Murphy cousins uses the phone to send that message, correct?
Correct.
Is it Rashad Murphy who does not have a phone that sends that message?
The evidence, it's actually Davion Murphy. I verified it ultimately.
Okay, so it's Davion Murphy that sends that message?
Yes.
Then there's another message. I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched, I love you, Murphy. Is that Davion Murphy or Rashad Murphy that sends that message?
I'm sorry, so you're correct. So there's two messages, two different numbers, sent around the same time. I made contact with the young lady who was the subject of one of those messages, and she confirmed to me that it was Davion who sent it to her. I don't know about the second one. Okay. So I mean, in theory, Davion could have sent one, Rashad could have sent the other, but I just assumed Davion sent both.
Okay.
And Isaiah Chance, I believe, was Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Rashad Murphy was just Bill Belichick, if I'm correct.
All right. I have it backwards, but
Sure.
regardless, well, we have both Isaiah Chance and Rashad posting pictures of either Bill Belichick or Tom Brady, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in their world, that's a celebration, correct?
That was what I understand, yes.
All right. Alicia Andrews did not post either of those two posts, correct?
No, sir.
Then we have,
So you're just going to go through a lot of all the evil shit after all the celebratory posting and say she didn't do any of that, right?
and he's celebrating, and Alicia Andrews didn't write that song or release that song, correct?
No, I have no evidence of that, yes.
Alicia Andrews does not make any posts celebrating the death of Charles Jones after his death, correct?
Not that I have any evidence of, correct.
She doesn't send any text messages to anyone celebrating the death of Charles Jones, correct?
Not that I found.
And she's the only one in the group that does not have some form of celebratory text or post about the death of Charles Jones. Is that correct?
I want to be clear, I don't have all of her communication. So from what I have, specifically an old iCloud backup that doesn't include everything backed up, and the Instagram, in that evidence, from what I have, no, there doesn't appear to be a celebratory post made by Alicia Andrews.
All right.
And I believe on her physical device, the newer one that she had days after the murder, there's some evidence of Instagram information there, but the iCloud backup, I'm not sure that had any Instagram information from that time period.
Okay, so it's fair to say, well, you tell me, is it fair to say that you have her entire Instagram?
For a limited period.
At least the period where the murder happened.
Correct.
And there's no post, no celebration, no indication that Alicia Andrews was celebrating the death of Charles Jones.
On Instagram,
All right.
correct.
Defense lawyer's honestly doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is a hard case to win, but
Would have been the first case as a homicide detective that you had this much involvement in, correct?
This is my largest case, even to date, yes.
showing the jury he's a little bit newer of a detective, but he's obviously done police work for years. I mean, the jury's already known that he was a new detective.
And you're aware of, again, her relationship with Quan?
I am.
Aaliyah Albrighton was with Charles Jones the entire night.
For most of that evening is my understanding, yes.
She was with him at Truth 18.
Started at the pool party. I believe she went to Teasers as well, and then she was also at Truth 18, and then she was also at Homestead Suite, correct?
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you spoke to Taifa lied to you and told you that Aaliyah Albrighton was not there.
It's hearsay. It's a stain.
This is for the effect on the listener.
No, it's not. It's hearsay. It's a stain.
How did it affect your investigation when Taifa told you that Aaliyah Albrighton
It's a stain.
Damn, so one of the girls told detectives that someone else wasn't there. That's a little fishy, right? They're saying it's hearsay, though.
The Cash App records indicate that J. Barisi paid Mr. Isaiah Chance $390 right before Mr. Isaiah Chance paid for the Airbnb.
And J. Dot, he was never arrested.
This investigation is still open
It's still open?
in reference to any other involvement, specifically to Mr. J. Dot.
All right. Okay. The fact that he paid for the Airbnb, that wasn't enough for an arrest warrant. Oh, sorry. Sorry, go
The fact
ahead.
that he spent $390 on his own was not enough for an arrest warrant from J. Barisi, correct?
Was it enough for a search warrant?
I can't.
Objection
Yeah,
to
that's.
relevance. Sustain the objection.
You also know that Youngin Ace is the leader of the rival gang in this case, correct?
I don't know that he's a leader. I just know that he's a prominent rapper figurehead for the gang.
And he also rapped about the killing in detail. Is that correct?
The song Game Over had a lot of details of this specific homicide, yes.
All right. And he was never arrested.
That is correct.
I'm just a civilian. I'm not wishing these people get arrested. I'm a civilian. This has RICO written all over it.
There were no search warrants conducted on his phones
There's no search warrants for Mr. Young and Ace's phone, no.
or on his iCloud.
I can only speak to the 5 defendants who participated in this murder in Tampa.
Well, so you're telling me you can't say whether you conducted a search warrant on Young and Ace's iCloud?
I did not do a search warrant on Young and Ace's iCloud.
Kyla Enright, who sent the text messages back and forth to Sean Gathwright, she was never arrested.
Objection, Your Honor. Again, relevance. Overruled. You can answer.
Caroline Wright was not arrested.
And you were never able to identify who the fat boy person was that she was FaceTiming.
That is correct.
Who the fat boy person was.
She specifically told us in her statement that Rashad was with her all weekend in Jacksonville when we had evidence to the contrary. So yes, I did not believe her statement, and the deduction was that she was lying to protect him.
Yikes. I mean, that's really any girlfriend or... I mean, should they have kids together? Of course she's going to do that.
There was no search warrant conducted at Alicia Andrews' home, is that correct?
No.
And at Alicia Andrews' home, you could have found evidence pertinent to this case. Is that
Objection,
accurate?
Your Honor. Speculation. I'm going to overrule. You can answer. Go ahead.
So just because you participated in the murder doesn't mean we can automatically search your house. There was no evidence that were to lead us to believe that we would find material evidence in her house.
Like a phone?
We got the phone that she had.
No, you had the new phone that you got,
Correct.
You don't have the old phone.
We had reason to believe the old phone was no longer in her possession
What reason did you have to believe that?
because she was in possession of a new phone.
So that means she no longer has the old phone.
Again, I would have to have evidence that that phone is currently in her house, and we had no evidence that that phone was currently in her house.
Damn. So that phone could just be in her house. I doubt it is. They got rid of that shit, but...
It's different to say that you don't have evidence that the phone is in her house than to say you have evidence that she got rid of the phone, right?
What? I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask you
repeat
this.
that question.
You don't have any evidence that shows she got rid of the phone, correct?
I don't have any evidence that she got rid of the phones or hid it, or we don't know what happened to the phone.
So there's no indication that she threw the phone away, right?
Correct.
There's no information that she threw it in a river or the ocean, right?
And there's no information she's hiding it in her house.
All right. Did you ask her parents to search her home? So you never even asked for consent to search the home?
From her parents, no.
Right. But you did speak to her parents, right?
I did speak to her parents.
And they were nice individuals?
That was my feeling, yes.
All right.
I'm to her right, yes.
All right. So she's surrounded, right? And she's 21 years old at this time?
Yes. She's in custody, yes.
All right. But she's, at this point, she's not in custody for a murder, right?
She is in custody for a local charge from Jacksonville's officer. She was under arrest at that point.
I was confused about this yesterday because the dates show July 9th, 2024, but she wasn't arrested until like July 24th for the murder. So I was like, why is she here? You know what I mean? I was confused. Like, did she voluntarily come in? But now we know she had another small charge, I guess, drugs or something.
The court instructed Mr. Carpenter to move away from the state's table to protect the confidentiality of their discussions. The court should do the same as this attorney to sit over there, where his client is, and not behind the fence table where he can observe what we're doing during this delicate cross-examination if he so chooses.
What I think he just said is Foolio's mother and her lawyer are there, and the lawyer is sitting too close to the defense.
What's the name of this attorney? Do you
I don't
know?
know his woman's name, but he's right there in the blue suit with the gray tie.
Sir? Good morning.
Had he asked me, I would have certainly told him I'm not recording anything. Just checking my emails, and
Oh, he accused him of recording something with his phone.
as I've been doing throughout the whole trial.
Okay. And what is your name?
No party to the state of Florida.
And, right. What is your name for the record?
Louis Fusco.
Okay. So have you been recording defense counsel and what they've been doing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm
maybe
not
just...
accusing of that, Your Honor. I'm just saying,
Okay.
for the sanctity and confidentiality of what we're doing, there's no reason for him to flip-flop sides. Over there, sometimes over here, when we get up from the table, maybe we can sit over there with this client, and that, I think, would be fair to the defense.
Right, I agree. So, is it Fusco?
Fusco, yes, ma'am.
If you wouldn't mind, just during this part of the trial, if you just sit on the aisle over there, thank you. It would alleviate any further concerns.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Just for the court is aware, I was over there when his mother was present. She stepped out of the courtroom. I moved over to get a better view, not to look at anything that's in writing on the defense table.
Better view of what?
The entirety of the trial and the public forum that we're currently in. Had he asked me, I would have gladly explained that, but
Well, we're in the middle of the trial. and he's not-
Miss Herrera, stop. Miss Herrera, stop. I didn't ask you to talk.
I did not have to ask.
Yeah, you do. You do. Stop, Miss Herrera, you need to stop right now, because you know what? You've been making faces throughout this entire trial. This entire trial, yeah, you have been.
Okay.
And everything's been caught on video.
I know, and I also
and-
hope that the court has caught and noticed all of the gestures and the tone, which was addressed yesterday to the state. But it's fine, no problem. I will do my best to.
Please, do your best. Yeah, and your attitude is very disrespectful. I'll note for the record.
All right, so now Miss Herrera, I guess she's a legal assistant. I don't know if she's a lawyer or not for the defense. She's getting in trouble. And she pointed out the state has been having reactions yesterday in front of the jury.
An individual gives you information about people who've killed people in a gang. You think that she might be in any danger?
We weren't discussing deals here.
I'm not talking about a deal.
Okay.
I'm talking about whether she might be in danger for speaking about gang members who might have been involved in the murder.
As a generality,
Generally-
if someone gave information on a gang member, could that be dangerous to their lives? I would agree to that.
All right.
Showing the jury that she was scared. She's an innocent girl scared for her life in this interrogation room. Is that true?
Take these here to get you here. Yeah. Am I nice?
Okay, stop. Is there a question on the table? What's the question?
I'm waiting until I'm publishing it to the jury, and I'm waiting until it gets to a part that I can ask a question.
Well, can we get to that part and then you ask the question?
Does it put this entire interview yesterday for an hour and 22 minutes without a question? I'm just trying to get to a particular part. I want the jury to see what's happening now, and then I'm going to ask a question about it.
Great, can we get to that part?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well, we're not just going to play it. Can we fast forward to the part?
Judge is being kind of petty. I mean, I know she wants to get this going, but they did show the entire interview yesterday without any questions.
Talk about what you want to talk about, and you don't have to talk about what you don't want to talk about. Is that correct?
That is what he said.
All right. When you asked Alicia Andrews who her boyfriend was and if it was Gutta, she says yes, right?
Her initial response there, yes, correct.
All right. So she's not trying to hide or pretend like she doesn't know who Gutta is. She answered your question truthfully.
At that moment, yes.
All right. So then she asks, why are y'all calling him that, right?
Yes.
Do you take that to mean that she's trying to say she doesn't know who he is?
My next question was, you don't know him by Gutta? And she said no.
You started to ask, do you know him by Gutta? And then you started to say, the question finished as, do you call him Gutta? Correct?
Specifically, you never call him Gutta, and she shook her head no.
And your impression of that is that she's lying to you about knowing Gutta?
No, she just said she did know Gutta a second ago. It's just there seemed to be some evasiveness about the usage of Gutta.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen a text message in her phone where she's talking to Isaiah Chance and she calls him Gutta?
Her phone has the word Gutta in it many times.
Right, but when she's talking to him, does she call him Gutta in any text messages?
I can't recall the specific text message where she sent to him.
Kind of a good point for the defense.
That would show that she has called, when she's speaking to Isaiah Chance, that she's called him Gutta before.
That she has called him gutter?
Yeah, that she's talking to him and she says, hey, Gutter, can you go make me a sandwich? Did you have anything like that?
No.
When you asked her who all went down to Tampa with you, she said, I don't know them people. Is that correct?
Something along those lines, yes, that's what I heard.
All right. And did she know those people before she met them when she went down there?
A very minimal, she spent a 3-hour car ride with Mr. Gathwright on the way down to Tampa, and she admitted that she had been to his house before for some kind of gathering, so that was evidence that she knew Mr. Gathwright. So that's one of the people that she said, the only person she said she was there with. There was a 3.5-hour car ride, approximately 15, 16 hours, and then a 3.5-car ride after that, so less than maybe a couple hours short of a day.
Right. When she's in the Airbnb, Sean Gathwright is over on Nebraska teachers.
For 30 minutes, but most of the time his device was at the Airbnb when she was at the Airbnb.
No, 30 minutes he was on Nebraska?
Between 10 and 10:30 is when his phone left the Airbnb and goes up and down Nebraska, but then it goes back to the Airbnb.
All right. At what time does he get back to the Airbnb?
I can't recall at this point. We'd have to open up the cell mapping, but it was somewhere in between 10:30 and 11.
And then she goes to McDonald's. Sean Gathwright's not with her there.
Correct.
And Sean Gathwright is not with her in the Chevy Cruze.
Correct.
All right. And when, I guess after everything is done, do you know if Sean Gathwright and Alicia Andrews hung out in the Airbnb together?
There's evidence that they were all in the Airbnb after the murder. What Mr. Gathwright and Alicia were doing inside the Airbnb, I can't speak to. We have no way of knowing.
All right, so they weren't like sitting next to each other for 24 hours in this Airbnb.
Objection, that's a speculation. You can answer if you know.
He's really trying to separate his client from knowing any of the shooters. It's funny.
You made some threats to Miss Andrews, is that correct?
I wouldn't call it a threat, no.
Okay, well, there were questions that applied pressure to Miss Andrews, is that correct?
It's an interview tactic.
Okay, so interrogation tactic?
Yes.
So you're taught how to interrogate individuals?
I'm taught different methods of interrogation tactics to try to elicit information from the person I'm interrogating, correct?
The statements to her, like about visiting family through glass, about not having her baby, or having the baby in the jail or in prison, those to you are not threats?
No, not at all.
Do you think that the people you are interrogating perceive those things as threats?
I can't speak to what her perception of my statements. I can only speak to the way I intended them, and it was mostly to educate her about the process so she can make an informed decision, and as a part of an interview tactic.
I mean, that is pretty common interview tactic.
I believe, yes, he was asking about how she unlocked the phone for Mr. Chance. Yes, sir.
And she corrected him and said, it's not facial recognition, it's a password that I put in.
Correct.
All right. So she told you the truth, all of those truths about herself, right?
Yes.
Placing herself at the scene in Tampa and with her boyfriend, correct?
Correct.
And she was dishonest to you about the involvement or role of other individuals, is that correct?
She was dishonest about a lot of things. I mean, we are going to go down a similar list.
Well, she was dishonest about Davion Murphy, right?
Is there a specific part of, because we talked about these guys in multiple parts.
Well, specifically you asked if Davion Murphy was at the Airbnb or he stayed at the Airbnb, and she said she didn't know or no, something like that.
I believe her first response to whether he was at the Airbnb was no, and then she indicated, she changed it and said that he laughed a couple times, you know, so.
Did you ever offer her any protection from Davion Murphy?
No.
All right. What about from Rashad Murphy?
That's not something that would come up at this stage.
All right. And at the time of this interview, this interrogation, did you have footage from Sean Gathwright's home?
No.
All right. So at the time of this interrogation, you believed that Alicia Andrews traveled down from Jacksonville in the Silver Cruze?
I didn't know what vehicle she traveled down from Jacksonville, and I just knew that there were 2 vehicles that came down.
All right. And when she and Isaiah traveled down, right?
Correct.
And she says, no, I don't know, right?
That's what her response was. Yes.
All right. That response is true, right? She doesn't travel down in the silver Chevy Cruze.
No, she doesn't. She travels down in the Impala.
The black Impala.
I think I asked her that as well.
When you showed Alicia Andrews a photo of Sean Gathwright, you showed her a photo of Sean Gathwright with little to no hair, is that correct?
Shorter hair, yes, that's correct.
Shorter hair. And you know that Sean Gathwright had long hair at the time of the murder in this case.
At the time of the murder, he had longer hair, yes.
Right. At the time that he and Alicia Andrews would have been around each other, he had long hair, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you showed her a picture of Sean Gathwright with short hair.
That's the only photo I had.
Right. And you asked her if she knew who he was.
Correct.
And she said she didn't know.
Correct.
But throughout the interview, she does refer to Isaiah Chance's little brother throughout the interview. So she does refer to a third person being in the vehicle with them as they're coming down from Jacksonville. Is that correct?
It's my understanding that little brother was Sean Gathwright. She just wouldn't identify him from the photo.
Okay. All right. You're showing her a photograph of Davion Murphy.
Correct.
And you ask her if that's the gentleman who was driving the cruise in the McDonald's, right?
Correct.
And she says it probably was.
Correct.
All right. So that again is a truthful statement.
Yes.
Point out all her truthful statements in the interview, although she did lie as well.
At that time, with the evidence that had at that moment, there was a logical deduction made that she was the only one that came in because the primary bulk of what I analyzed was the Ring video footage, which showed she was the only one that went in through the front door.
But admittedly, the logical deduction that you made at that time, it was incorrect.
As far as her opening the back door, we don't know. We have no way to know if she opened the back door or not.
No, as far as her being the first person to go in.
Again, the logical deduction at this point, I've testified from the logs, would lean that somebody came in approximately 36 seconds, in a 36-second window before her, yes.
All right.
The locking log specifically shows 7:55, but it does not give a second marker on when that activation is. So presumably that locking log could indicate 7:55 from 01 all the way to 59. The camera footage starts at 36. So there's a period from 01 to 36 that somebody had to have been in that window. They couldn't have come in at 7:54 because the locking log would have said 7:54. So whoever came in, if someone came in before her, came in between 7:55:01 and 7:55:36 when we see her on camera and don't see anybody else going in other than her.
How are you able to place Rashad Murphy at the Airbnb?
The Uber driver who picked him up from the Airbnb.
He said Rashad Murphy was staying inside the night?
He said he picked up 3 people from the Airbnb, and they were identified on Sean Gathwright's camera, and he was identified as Rashad Murphy.
Okay. There are no cooperating witnesses against Alicia Andrews?
Up to this point, no.
All right. So out of the 4 other individuals arrested, none of them have come forward to say that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to be murdered on June 23rd.
I have no personal knowledge of any proffer or deals that the 4 defendants are trying to make with the state. The 3 gunmen and the one that Isaiah Chance has, yes, correct. 4, the other 4 at some point are holding a firearm.
And Alicia Andrews is never with a firearm?
That is correct.
At no point in time during the interrogation does Alicia Andrews confess to knowing that Charles Jones was going to be killed. Is that correct?
She does not confess that.
All right. So there is no confession in this case?
No.
All right. There are also no written communications between Alicia Andrews and anyone else that would prove by themselves that Alicia Andrews is guilty of first-degree murder.
Is there a written communication? No.
From the casings?
Oh, yeah, sure. There wasn't enough of a sample recovered, so it's not a surefire thing that they would find some. Their report indicated that there wasn't enough DNA to be able to examine.
The exhibit where Alicia, at 17 years old, says that Foolio needs to die. Did you locate this text message?
No.
Do you know who located the text message in your team?
I believe it was, I can't recall exactly. I reviewed it. It was brought to my attention.
All right. And this text message was not sent to Isaiah Chance, correct?
Correct. It was a girl named Jewel, I think.
All right. As a matter of fact, Alicia Andrews did not know Isaiah Chance, was not dating Isaiah Chance when this text message was sent off, correct?
Her statement to me was that they were on and off for 4 years prior to June 2024, so that would put it maybe June 2020, and these are from 2021, so I don't know if this was an off period or if she had met him yet.
Okay. Did she have any text messages in her phone, like this one, that Foolio needs to die? Did she have anything like that more recently?
Again, from the iCloud, the more recent messages weren't backed up, so we didn't have any more recent. This is, I think it went up to 2022 or 2023. This is the only message where we found that she wished that Foolio would die.
Damn, so she never backed up her old phone. There might have been shit on there. If they found the old phone they got rid of, that's crazy.
So specifically the messaging that we have from Alicia's phone came, as far as to pick up the phone and all that, that actually came from defendant Sean Gathwright's iCloud. So he had backed up his messages to be recent, but Alicia's device, iCloud, had not backed up its messages to be recent.
All right, so you're saying that there are no text messages between Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance in the weeks leading up to the murder?
Not that I have reviewed.
Alicia Andrews was not with the group when they first went to Teachers, correct?
Alicia Andrews' device remained at the Airbnb when the other devices drove up and down Nebraska near Teasers.
All right. And then she wasn't a part of the second plan with Kyla Enright, correct?
I have no evidence of that.
And you don't have any evidence that Isaiah Chance told her, we're going to go out so that we can look for Foolio to kill him, correct?
The totality of the evidence indicates that the purpose of the entire trip was to kill Foolio.
Right. You don't have any evidence that Isaiah Chance communicated that to Alicia Andrews?
A specific written message? No.
Right. No further questions.
Oh man, redirect might be crazy. The state's been popping off on redirect, but I think the defense lawyer did pretty good on cross.
Detective Ramos, you were asked about whether or not Alicia Andrews knew Rashad Murphy. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
She certainly was in a Uber with Rashad Murphy for 3.5 hours. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And during that time period where you were interviewing her and you're asking for names, did she ever mention another person that was in a Uber with her and Isaiah Chance?
In the Uber with Isaiah? No, she did not.
Did she ever mention in your interview with her a name of Rashad?
No.
Rashad Murphy, just a first name Rashad?
There was a question about, yes, she did say, I didn't talk to Rashad's girlfriend, and then my response to that was, how do you know who Rashad's girlfriend is if you don't know Rashad?
But that was after you had brought it up, correct?
Correct, yes.
And when we talk about those truthful things that you said that the defense attorney went over with you, when she is admitting to being at that location, is she admitting that after you show her a video of herself at the location?
Yes.
So, for instance, she's not admitting she's at this Airbnb until you pull up her photograph on a Ring camera. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And when you first asked her about whether or not she sent a message to book an Airbnb in Tampa, what was her first response?
No.
She said no, right?
She said no.
Was she being truthful to you in that moment?
No, she was not.
And when is it that she admits that, yes, I did that.
We were telling her that we had the messages.
The state's gonna do a lot on redirect here.
And so when you were questioning her in that interview, did she ever indicate to you that she was fearful of her boyfriend?
Never.
Was she ever scared or upset or emotional when you were interviewing her in that interview?
No, ma'am.
At some point, did she just say she's annoyed?
She appeared annoyed, yes.
Did you make it clear to her that you're questioning her on a first-degree murder charge?
Very clear.
Did you make it clear to her in that interview that there was evidence to convict her of a first-degree murder charge?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did she seem afraid?
She did not.
Did she cry?
No.
Oh, man.
When you first are questioning her about who's at the Airbnb, does she first say it's just her and her boyfriend?
Correct.
When does she start talking about little brother?
Further into the questioning, we're bringing up information that we had that we knew somebody else was there.
In fact, during that interview with the defendant, does she ever mention the word Sean?
No.
First name? The whole name, Sean Gathwright, ever come up?
No.
This is the same person that she is in a car ride from Jacksonville to Tampa in his car, correct?
Correct.
The video that they just showed you of Sean Gathwright's house when she goes from the BMW into the black Chevy Impala, is there anywhere in that video where somebody is showing her where she needs to go?
No.
So at some point, there has to be some communication that that is the car that she's using, correct?
She begins to open the door as soon as the car starts coming into line of sight.
You said that there was indication that Alicia Andrews, the defendant in this case, was aware of gang activity. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that is not until you got a look into her Apple iCloud account. Is that correct?
Correct.
Were you questioning her specifically about a gang rivalry, a gang war that occurred in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Did that come up in the interview?
It did.
And when you talked about Charles Jones and used his nickname, Foolio, did she indicate to you whether or not she had a lot of knowledge about him?
She led me to believe that she didn't really know of him.
And then going back to Gutta, is that the name, the stage name of Isaiah Chance?
It is.
And when you were talking to her about Gutta, at some point, does she appear to have some kind of confusion and question you, why are you calling him that?
Correct.
And again, that is a name that associates her boyfriend with this gang war. Is this correct?
Correct.
And when we're talking about the most phone activity, that is certainly her phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
And of course, she is not a high-profile member of either gang. Is that correct? Is she a high-profile member?
Not that I know of.
Is Sean Gathwright a high-profile member?
Not that I know of.
As far as Rashad Murphy and Isaiah Chance and Davian Murphy, are they purposely limiting their phone use during the time when the actual stalking and hunting of Charles Jones is occurring?
That is what the evidence suggests, yes.
You were asked questions about Kayla Enright, Sean Gathwright's girlfriend. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Shown these text messages.
Yes, ma'am.
So Sean Gathwright was using his girlfriend to assist him in tracking Foolio, Charles Jones, the night of the murder. Is that correct?
That's yes.
And while there might have been some confusion as to why he wanted to do that, when he said he was looking for 6, did she ask any sort of questions about who 6 was?
No.
So she knew exactly who 6 was, right?
Yes.
So she knew that he was looking for Foolio, Charles Jones in Tampa. There isn't one response. Who's 6? It's known who 6 is, correct?
It is known who 6 is, correct.
How many bags were seen being loaded into that car?
Numerous.
Bags big enough to contain AR rifles?
There was bags of all sorts of dimensions. Sure, there was some in view that were apparent that they could contain rifles, yes.
And you were shown a video of the Airbnb, is that correct?
Correct.
Is there any video of bags being brought through the front door of that Airbnb?
Brought in, no.
There is some video the next day, is that correct?
Yes.
Is the defendant seen helping load the bags up?
Yes.
Bags that she did not herself bring, is that correct?
Correct.
You were asked whether or not Alicia Andrews was hiding from the cameras from that front door Airbnb.
Correct.
Was Isaiah Chance hiding from that camera?
There's none of the other defendants are visible up to the point they leave.
You can see there is a video for that where the door appears to be open and somebody lets her in.
Correct.
Door unlocked. 7:59, unlocked and locked. No video footage, is that correct?
That's the only one out of all the sequences that there was no corresponding
And so if
footage.
somebody had just gotten in and wanted to test the lock just to make sure it was locked and didn't open the door, certainly there wouldn't be video footage in that instance. Is that correct?
Go ahead.
Is that correct, sir?
It is correct, yes.
But there is no video footage or no lock log when Alicia Andrews leaves that Airbnb with Davian Murphy and her boyfriend Isaiah Chance to go to the McDonald's, right?
There's no locking sequence when they went to McDonald's, correct.
Explain to this jury how it is she would have to leave that Airbnb and get back into that Airbnb.
Overruled.
So obviously we have two systems here. We have the ring camera and the locking mechanism. Surely one of those would show a record of an entry or exit. There is no activation on the cameras or on the locking sequence. So the only possible way to get out of the Airbnb when you're going to McDonald's or when you're going to go to Teasers to start the stalking Foolio, you have to go through the back door. There's no other option.
I mean, they were definitely using the back door.
No sidewalk to that back gate, is that correct?
That back part, no.
Got to go through that grassy lane in the back of the Airbnb?
And crouch underneath some branches, yes.
Same route she would have had to take when they went into the Silver Chevy Cruze to start following Charles Jones?
Correct.
Same route she would have had to take after Charles Jones was murdered and killed?
Correct.
Yikes. It seems intentional, right? Like not using that front door at all. No one is using that front door around the time of the murder.
Alicia Andrews is not a high-profile member of this gang. Is that correct?
From the information that I have, she is not well known in the gangs, correct?
So there'd be no reason for her to not let somebody use her phone in this instance. Is that correct? Her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, was immediately a suspect. Is that correct?
Yes.
One of the first persons you looked for. Is that correct?
Correct.
Was there evidence, the same amount of evidence on his phone that there was on Alicia Andrews' phone?
No.
So does that indicate to you that she knows exactly what he's talking about when 23 got killed at the town center? She just forgot the location. Is that correct?
Correct.
And again, is 23, he's one of the people that was shot at the town center along with Young and Ace's brother, and when Young and Ace himself was shot. Well, very well known. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that is a very high-profile event that happens in this gang war.
Yes.
So there is a discussion between her and one of the main co-defendants in this case within a year of the homicide of Charles Jones. Is that correct?
Correct.
And while you said when you looked at Alicia Andrews' messages, her text messages, the ones that are not backed up covered the time period of the murder. Is that correct?
Correct.
Not being backed up is one of the reasons why that may not be on there. Is that correct?
Correct.
What's the other reason why specifically the text messages surrounding the time period of the homicide may not be backed up to her iCloud account?
They can be permanently deleted.
And it's that specific time period, right?
Correct.
There are thousands of other messages that are backed up on her phone, right?
Yes.
But out of fairness, the reason why that time period may not be on there is a potential backup issue, correct?
Potentially, yes.
But there's another possible reason, correct?
Correct.
And that is they were deleted.
That is a possibility, yes.
The state don't play no games on redirect, bro.
Of the messaging that occurred afterwards where she's very happy that you have her new phone, right?
Yes.
She's LMA, laughing out loud, right?
Correct.
That you have her old phone. I'm sorry, her new phone, not her old phone.
The messages indicated that she was laughing that the phone that we seized was not the phone used during the murder, that it was her new phone.
Oh no. This is making her look bad. I mean, the fact that she got a new phone in the first place is sus. The entire thing is sus. Her lawyer did good, but like...
Even when I didn't do shit to your ass or start conversation, you still fucking mad the fuck.
Okay, and then what is her next message to him on June 17th of 2024?
And you acting like I'm not pregnant, you gonna talk to me one day, so I don't give a fuck about your little attitude. Bye, bitch.
Does she appear to be afraid of Isaiah Chance on June 17th of 2024?
No. And not by the context of this message, no.
She smiled. She said something. She don't appear to be scared of him, though. She's saying, bye, bitch. I'm pregnant. See you. We'll talk later. I think at this point, the state is rested, and the defense just called Kenny Caps to the stand.
In your view, is 6 Block a gang?
No, sir.
What is 6 Block?
Apartment complex.
And where is that? What side of town is that in Jacksonville?
North side.
So did you grow up in that apartment complex?
No, sir.
Are you affiliated with 6 Block in any way?
Yes, sir.
By the way, a criminal street gang is a group of 5 or more individuals that has commission of certain crimes as a primary purpose, and its members have engaged in continuing series of those offenses within the past 5 years. Now, I'm just being honest. Kind of sounds like all these groups are gangs.
Well, those apartments are in my neighborhood, so we're friends. I'm friends with people that's from those apartments.
Okay. So you lived in a neighborhood around the 6 Block apartment complex?
Yes, sir.
Did you grow up with Charles Jones?
Yes, sir.
How long did you know Charles Jones for?
Almost all my life.
Do you know how old?
Like 8 or 9. We were really, really close. Almost like my best friend, you can say.
Okay. Did you have a best friend?
Yes, sir.
Who was your best friend?
Adrian Gaynor.
Is he affiliated with 6 Block in any way?
Yes, sir.
And what's his name? If he has another name.
Bibby. Probably so, but not to my knowledge. I can't call out gangs.
Okay. Are there groups in Jacksonville?
Yes, sir.
People that are sort of affiliated with each other?
Yes, sir.
Is it like sort of based on where they grow up?
You can say.
All right. Is there a better way to describe it?
Basically kind of what you said, based off of where you grew up at, west side of town.
You, in 2018, you were arrested. Is that accurate?
Correct.
All right. And the arrest from 2018 was for what?
Manslaughter.
That event, I'm not saying you did or didn't do anything. That event occurred where?
Rains High School.
All right. Was that during a football game?
Correct.
Was there another individual that was accused of the same manslaughter?
No, sir.
Was Bibby accused or involved in any way?
Yeah, they was accusing us both. Yes, sir.
So there were accusations that both you and Bibby had shot and killed someone?
Yes, sir.
All right.
What's the point of calling him? I don't really know yet. That helps Alicia, but...
Do you know if Spaz is involved in any gangs?
No, sir. Not to my prior knowledge, no, sir.
Do you know if he's in any groups?
Yes, sir.
What group is he in?
After a while, I seen that he was hanging with guys from 1200, like east side of Jacksonville.
Ultimately, you ended up going to prison for that?
Yes, sir.
You were released at some point?
Yes, sir.
You know what year you were released?
2023.
Are you aware of who Davion and Rashad Murphy are?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you aware of whether Davion and Rashad Murphy knew Spaz Gerard Adams?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you aware that Davion and Rashad Murphy were related to Spaz Gerard Adams?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have any idea that Davion Murphy or Rashad Murphy were either angry at you or trying to seek revenge for what they believe you may have done to Spaz?
I heard rumors.
So he knew the Murphys were after him.
Because you're in 6th block, does that mean you hate other neighborhoods?
No, sir.
Does that mean you hate other groups?
No, sir.
Does that mean you hate, whether somebody calls it a gang or doesn't, does that mean you hate gangs that are in Jacksonville?
No, sir.
All right. When did you come to know Gutta Zay?
When I came home in 2023.
How did you meet or come to know Gutta Zay?
Social media.
So you saw him on social media?
Yes, sir.
All right. And did one of you reach out to the other?
Yes, sir.
Who reached out to who?
I can't really recall. I think it was him, but I can't recall.
All right. Let me ask you this first. Did you and Isaiah Chance exchange phone numbers or ways to contact each other?
Yes, sir.
All right. And did you all contact each other at points in time?
Yes, sir.
Did you all used to talk on the phone?
Yes, sir.
You're on FaceTime as well?
Yes, sir.
And you all would just talk about random things?
Yes, sir.
Was it necessarily anything to do with the 6th block, ATK, 1200, gang stuff?
No, sir.
Did you ever have any indication that the number belonged to Alicia Andrews?
Yes, sir.
And Isaiah Chance would contact you on that phone number, the same one, every time?
No, sir.
Different number?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your relationship with Isaiah Chance, would you call it cordial?
Cordial, yes, sir.
You and him ever get into any issues?
No, sir.
The fuck? Why are they talking? This is bizarre.
At any point in time, did you ever have any communication with Alicia Andrews?
No, sir.
Did you ever reach out to Alicia Andrews for anything?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen her in person?
I think I recall a long time ago, early 2018, 17.
Okay. Do you know if that was at Reigns?
Most likely, yes, sir.
Okay.
Damn. Saw her at the football game?
Seeing her around, she was kind of a little known, so, you know.
All right. Because of the way she looks?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when I say that, what do you mean by that? Or when we both say that, what do you mean by that?
Objection, relevance?
Well, she was a pretty girl, but that's about it.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Did you have any fears or caution about hanging out with Charles Jones?
No, sir.
All right. At any point in the night, did you ever get upset with him about posting his locations?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Damn. He got mad for Foolio posting the exact location. I mean, it is very stupid.
We're both two known individuals. You know, we got people that love us, people who hate us, so.
I guess, would you prefer that your locations be anonymous?
Yes, sir. Chaz Miller bit with drill rap. Foolio's a drill rapper, so.
Did you later come to find out that two of the people arrested for the shooting were Davion Murphy and Rashad Murphy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did either of them contact you after the murder?
Just one.
Which one?
Rashad Murphy.
How did he have your number?
I had conversations.
You've spoken to him before?
Yes, sir.
Like friendly conversations?
Yes, sir.
When Rashad Murphy texted you, did it have anything to do with Foolio's death?
He said he forgives me, so.
Forgives you for what?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
So you don't know?
She said he forgive me. I don't recall responding.
Well, Heidi said, I forgive you. Rashad Murphy said that. What the fuck?
Was there ever any conversation between you and Rashad Murphy about Spaz in the past?
Yes, sir.
Were any of these conversations about whether you had done anything to Spaz?
Yes, sir.
And those conversations you're saying were friendly?
Yes, sir.
I'm not quite sure what the defense accomplished calling him, besides separating her from being a gang member, really. But the state is going to feast on this guy in a second. I promise you.
Now, you said you were accused of the murder of Spaz or Joe Rod Adams that occurred at Rains High School in 2018. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
But the fact is, you were convicted of that homicide, correct? That's the manslaughter conviction.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anyone else with Spaz at Rains High School when Spaz was shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was that?
Willie Roy.
Willie Royal.
Yes, ma'am.
And Willie Royal is Will Go Crazy on Instagram and known to people. That's his tag.
Yes, ma'am.
Will Go Crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
And Willie Royal survived that shooting, isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you were asked several times about your communications with Isaiah Chance and Rashad Murphy, and you said that they were friendly.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are testifying that you would be friendly with them on the outside, so not on the telephone. You would go out with them to a club and that be posted everywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When you say friendly, why don't you explain to me what you actually mean by that?
Just conversation. We're not yelling. We're not arguing. We're just talking.
What's the goal of you having a long, hours-long conversation with Isaiah Chance?
Trying to see how to word it. Let's see what you know. See the learn his thoughts.
Your intent on talking to Isaiah Chance or anybody that is an op or from the opposite side of your group, whatever group you want to call it, gang, not gang, whatever you want to call it, your goal is to catch them slipping, to catch them doing something wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to know more information about your ops than they know about you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Isaiah Chance calling you from different numbers all the time a part of what you would employ yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you call from your own number every single time you talk to him? Would that be smart?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so one time you believe that your girlfriend checked the number or a number you spoke to and it said Alicia on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
So I assume you got in trouble with your girlfriend for that.
Yeah, my ex. Yes, ma'am.
Got in trouble because it said Alicia. Oh, bro.
You've seen Alicia Andrews around. I want you to tell me what the context was that you actually saw her around before you went to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
How? Was she dating someone that you knew at the time?
I didn't have any knowledge of that. So yeah, I didn't see his Instagram, but not him posting himself on Instagram.
Okay, well, his Instagram account name was Ghost187, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it rare to get a glimpse of Rashad Murphy's actual whole face?
Yes, ma'am.
When you talked to Rashad Murphy on the phone, like you've testified, and FaceTime with Rashad Murphy, did he show you his face and his surroundings and the people that he was hanging out with on a FaceTime?
No, ma'am.
So what could you see?
Like the ceiling.
He wouldn't show you his face?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever actually see his face to be able to confirm that that was Rashad Murphy, that was the person talking to you on the phone?
One time.
So you did see his face at least once?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you're talking about when you catch people slipping? You catch them in a weak moment?
Yes, ma'am.
The longer you talk on the phone with Rashad Murphy or Isaiah Chance, does that increase or up your chances of getting some information about them?
Yes, ma'am.
Honestly speaking, the fact that your girlfriend reverse searched and found out that it was Alicia Andrews' phone number that called you once, from all of the calls that you got from random numbers from Isaiah Chance got caught.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't know what Alicia Andrews' phone number was before that.
No, ma'am.
That is a part of the lifestyle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So currently, right now, you're incarcerated.
Yes, ma'am.
This is crazy. This prosecutor don't play games.
Will you ever testify that 6 Block is a gang?
No, ma'am.
You understand the statute? What's required, what law enforcement says defines a gang?
No, ma'am.
Do you think it's against your interest for some reason to admit that 6 Block is a gang?
Can you like rephrase it in a different way?
You certainly know that you admitting that 6 Block is a gang and you're associated to them is one of the elements of the gang statute. You're never going to admit that you're a member of 6 Block.
No, ma'am.
You're never going to admit that anybody is a member of any gang.
No, ma'am.
You're never going to call any of these groups a gang.
No, ma'am.
Okay. You were asked specifically about whether you had prior conversations or interactions with a Davion Murphy. Is that what we're seeing in 38A?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand him to also be a co-defendant in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the interaction that you had with Davion Murphy?
We had words in Duval County.
Okay, what were the words?
He told me that Gerard Adams was his cousin, and I was like, so? And he was like, he gonna get up with me, and I was like, okay.
That's the individual that you were convicted of killing.
Yes, ma'am.
And the individual that Davion Murphy was referencing when he said he was going to get up with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there some question about whether you were the person who actually pulled the trigger that killed Spaz, a.k.a. Joe Rod Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
You have indicated that you understand or have at least seen some of the back and forth with these drill rap videos.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is Kenny Caps never disrespected in those videos?
I'm highly respected.
Why?
Because I believe, I'm a stand-up guy, and I didn't give up. I didn't give up my friend. Well, I didn't say any names when I got arrested for the manslaughter of the Joe Rod Adams.
Okay, so let me make sure that I understand this correctly.
Yes, ma'am.
At the homicide of Joe Rod Adams, there were other individuals present.
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't give up any names.
Correct.
Was Bibby present at the homicide of Joe Rod Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's Bibby's real name?
Adrian.
Adrian?
Yes, ma'am.
Gaynor?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Adrian survive much longer after Joe Rod Adams died?
No, ma'am.
Went to jail for that. Was it pretty quickly after Spaz was killed at the high school?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Bibby pass away while you were incarcerated for that murder?
Yes, ma'am.
During your entire time incarcerated, did you ever give a statement about Bibby or anyone else associated with that murder?
No, ma'am.
So when you tell us that you're highly respected, it's because you didn't tell on anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that on Reddit. Like, this man truly did not snitch. Like, Kenny Caps stayed 10 toes down when he could have. He was in jail.
Was it common to commit a crime for your friends or members of your ops and then admit to all of the details of the crime in a music video?
No, ma'am.
When you came out of prison, was that something that you frequently saw?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you engage in that, or did you start to engage in that?
I never engaged in.
So is that why Rashad Murphy is then contacting you and asking what happened with his cousin? You were already convicted and had done a prison sentence. I don't understand why he's contacting you after. You said you didn't.
Yes, ma'am.
Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy were contacting you because they wanted to find out who killed their cousin.
Not Davion.
So he only talked to you that one time in the jail.
Yes, ma'am.
And Rashad would contact you.
Yes, ma'am.
The state attorney is just really nailing the motives and the connection, everything.
Did Charles Jones and Gutta Zay or co-defendant Isaiah Chance get into it on social media?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that pretty out there on social media?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see them on Spaces getting into it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall what they were getting into it for?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that?
Because they fake clothes.
Fake clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
Foolio called out Isaiah for having fake clothes. Holy shit. So Isaiah killed Foolio for the fake clothes? I'm just kidding. It's obviously deeper than that.
Because they fake clothes.
Fake clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
He was posting wearing designer clothes, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
And Charles Jones was making fun of him on social media, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Charles Jones has lots and lots of followers on social media, doesn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you receive a warning of some kind from Isaiah Chance before you came down to Tampa?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me what exactly that warning was?
It was probably like 3 or 4 days before we went. He was just saying, be on beat. I think it was his exact words, be on beat.
How did he relay that message to you?
The phone.
Be on beat?
Yes, ma'am.
What does that mean?
Like, be on alert.
Why would he tell you that? Did you know or were you aware that Rashad Murphy liked the flyer that you were depicted in on the 14th on the day it was posted?
No, ma'am.
Had you been aware of that, would you still have come to Tampa?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not scared of Rashad Murphy having done anything or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
How about had you got to Teasers, pulled up outside and seen Rashad Murphy in the parking lot, would you have been concerned about that?
Yes, ma'am.
How about if you went to those locations and you saw Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance in the parking lot?
Yes, ma'am.
You would have been concerned?
Yes, ma'am.
You would have known it's not normal?
Yes, ma'am.
They would never be in that same location from you in Tampa
Yes, ma'am.
and coming inside to hang out with you and your other friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Yikes. So all that's not good for her because it's like clearly a friend of Foolio that was with Foolio that night saying, if I would have seen these people, my alerts would have been going off. Something's going on. Like they're here to kill us.
You said that Rashad Murphy contacted you after the homicide of Charles Jones. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I made it back to Jacksonville.
What did he say to you specifically?
He forgives me.
For what, Mr. Howard?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I don't recall him responding, but he said he forgives me.
And you have no idea what he was talking about?
I guess he's saying for his brother. Guess so. I think so. Yes, ma'am. Guess that's what he was indicating.
Rashad Murphy is an idiot, bro. He has children. He did all this.
Didn't you see a social media post at like 5 a.m. or something right after the murder happens from Isaiah Chance or Rashad Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
Didn't you believe at that time that that was 1200 taking credit for killing Charles Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you even contacted his mom at that point?
No, ma'am.
Had you even been interviewed by law enforcement at that point?
No, ma'am.
Had you talked to anyone but the people at the scene at that point that you can recall?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You were sending messages to whom?
My mom, my sister, family.
But you were still there.
Yes, ma'am.
You see it on media outlets at the time you saw them posting that?
Yes, ma'am.
You saw it already on the news?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So did you see the social media posts by either Isaiah Chance or Rashad Murphy before the news got a hold of the story that Foolio had been murdered?
Yes, ma'am.
If somebody labels you as a snitch or anything like that, that could be dangerous in Jacksonville.
Yes, sir.
In Jacksonville, in this back and forth, are you aware of anyone who's been harmed for any sort of allegations that they were a snitch?
No, sir.
Are you aware of any individuals who've been harmed for any allegations that they have been a witness for the state or for the police?
Not that I recall, no, sir.
All right. Are there any rap songs that you know of in Jacksonville about people being harmed for being snitches or for being cooperating witnesses?
Not that I'm aware of.
This photograph, do you see Charles Jones with the hand sign in this photograph?
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, is Charles Jones throwing up a hand sign that is not a 6-block hand sign?
Yes, sir.
All right. And this hand sign doesn't mean that he's involved in another gang, correct?
No, sir.
The same sort of hand sign in this photograph?
Yes, sir.
All right. And this does not mean that Charles Jones is a part of any other group or gang?
No, sir.
That is a very common hand sign. I know people that have thrown that up that it's just like a common hand sign you put up just for no reason. My go-to used to just be the middle finger. All right, I think this is Sean Gathwright's mother. Don't know why they're calling her, but
Yes, that's my son.
Okay. You've known him his entire life?
Yes.
remember, apparently she's the one that owned the guns in the house, or at least that's what the defense says, and she used to be in the military, I think.
At any point in time?
Yes.
When did he stop living with you?
Prior to this incident, he lived with me pretty much the whole time, except for 1 year he was in California with his dad.
Okay. Do you have a military background?
Yes, I do.
With what branch?
I'm retired Marine Corps.
And how long were you in the Marine Corps?
16 years.
All right. And do you have any firearms trainings
Yes.
with the Marine Corps?
Yes, I have both. I'm a 7th award rifle expert with the rifle, and I also am trained in the 9mm flock pistol.
Okay. How many firearms do you own?
I own several. I had 2 ARs that were taken and another 9mm. I also have a 380, and then I have since replaced my ARs that were taken with another AR and a SIG 9mm.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office searched your entire home?
As far as I know, they told me I couldn't go in or anything.
So you weren't actually inside when the search was conducted?
No. On the left side are the dishes, on the right side are cardboard.
Who put the cardboard in the sink?
I did.
For what?
I told the detective, I have a garden in the back where I have eggplants, tomatoes, and things like that. My mom said it's good fertilizer or compost, so I'm supposed to break it down, soak it for like 2 or 3 days, break it down, and then use it as like fertilizer.
Cardboard box can be used as fertilizer. That's probably obvious, but I did not think about that as a possibility, so I guess I'm just an idiot.
It was various different things, Amazon boxes, various boxes that were in the house.
Did any of it include boxes of weapons that were purchased?
It is possible.
Do you know how long you had these items in the sink?
It was only like 2 or 3 days, I think. You're supposed to soak it for 2 or 3 days so it breaks it out easier.
It's very weird, right? Like, what the hell? That your sink was just full of that for 2 or 3 days. How do you do your dishes and shit, bro? I need my sink every day.
The safe, how do you get into it?
It's either a combination code or a key.
All right. That safe, you said has a key or a lock?
It has a combination lock, and you can open it with a key. I usually use the key because I can never remember the combination.
All right. Is the combination anywhere? Like, did you
No,
store
it's
it
not written
somewhere?
down anywhere. That's why I always forget it.
And the key, where do you keep the key?
The key's kept on my dresser in like an oval trinket box where I have like loose change, pens, old gift cards, like random things.
Now, are these rifles equipped with brass catchers?
The ARs are. The brass catchers go on the ARs.
All right. And who purchased the brass catchers?
I did.
For what purpose?
For picking up, preventing me from having police brass when I go to the range.
When you say police brass, what do you mean by that?
Well, when you go firing at a range, you're supposed to basically pick up all the brass that you've used in your lane and either take it with you or recycle it.
Do you think this changes the jury's mind a little bit? She's claiming ownership of all this, and I don't think it really changes much, honestly, but
Did Sean Gathwright own any firearms that you know of?
No.
she didn't know her son owned any guns. Okay.
Did you ever let him borrow any of your firearms?
No.
Had you ever taken him to the gun range?
Yes, he's been to the range with me once.
The one time that he went to the gun range with you, do you know what he fired?
We took the shotgun and we took the .45. My son is friends with a small group of people, and they're the ones that are at the house. I don't believe I've seen her at my house before.
Right. When your son was arrested, he was how old?
He was 18.
Do you know of Sean Gathwright to be in a gang?
No.
Do you know of him to hang out with any gang members?
No.
And do you know who Isaiah Chance is?
Yes.
All right.
Zay is a gang member, so.
Do you know of Isaiah Chance as the name Gutta?
No.
You never heard that before?
No.
Do Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathwright call each other little or bigger bro?
Yes.
All right. Who is the bigger bro in the two?
Zay is the bigger bro, Sean's the little bro.
The state is about to ask some crazy questions about her son or something. I don't know.
Before you came here to testify today, had you watched the testimony of the other witnesses in this trial?
I had watched the testimony in the days prior to being told I could not or should not watch.
All week last week? So all week last week?
Yes.
What about this week at all?
Earlier this week. Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to report what you were watching and seeing and the updates from the trial to your son?
Yes.
And that's Sean Gathwright?
Yes.
And that's the individual you said has a small group of friends?
Yes.
You said he doesn't really get into anything?
Yes.
Doesn't get involved in anything?
Yes.
He previously lived where?
He stayed in California for about a year with his dad.
Did he live anywhere else?
He lived with his dad.
You were relaying back literal names of witnesses, though, to your son, correct?
Yes.
Relaying witnesses' names to her son. Oh, man.
Direct examination that you do not know Alicia Andrews.
Correct.
Do you admit that you've communicated with Alicia Andrews since her arrest?
Yes, I did.
Several times.
Yes.
And you coordinated for Alicia Andrews to make contact with co-defendant Isaiah Chance on a telephone call.
I don't believe I did, no.
Who is Ariel Chance?
I don't know.
You wouldn't have written a message to Miss Andrews telling her to call Ariel at the time that they've agreed to so she could talk to her boyfriend or co-defendant, Isaiah Chance.
I know I sent her a message telling her that I supported her and I was praying for her because during the hearings I didn't see, maybe her parents weren't able to make it, and I felt sorry for her. She was facing life in prison. So I sent her a supportive message.
So,
I know I definitely sent that.
Okay.
But
so
as
you
far
know,
as other specifics, no, I can't recall.
So she coordinated for her to be able to talk to Isaiah through someone else who's related to Isaiah? This is messy as fuck.
And you testified that your son doesn't have any access to the safe. Nobody in your house has access. Not your daughter, not your son.
Correct.
And you testified that your son is not in a gang, and you don't know anything about his wrongdoings as far as a gang is concerned.
Well, according to the Florida statute, I'm a gang associate.
Why is that?
According to the
Is it
statute.
because you're testifying?
Because according to the statute.
Stop. One at a time.
According to the Florida
You
gang
don't need to
statute.
tell us what the statute says. I didn't ask you what the statute says. I
Well,
just want you
you
to
asked
answer
me
the
why.
questions if you could, please, okay? I just said, did you testify in direct examination that you don't know anything about your son being involved in a gang?
That's correct.
And he doesn't have any access to your firearms because you're in the military and you understand the need that he not have
I'm
access?
retired military, but yes.
If I can just finish the question, just because the court reporter is writing down what we're saying and she can't write it down if we talk over each other, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
And you testified that he doesn't have access to the safe that you've had for 10
That's
years or
correct.
whatever. Did you speak to your son about what your testimony would be if you came to court to testify on behalf of Miss Andrews?
No, I don't believe so.
Ma'am, your testimony for certain is that you are the only person or your ex-husband, both the adults in the house, are the only individuals with access to your guns.
Yes, ma'am.
So she just said her son has no access to the guns, but pretty sure there's evidence of saying otherwise.
Ma'am, in 2023, did the device identified as belonging to Sean Gathwright send you a message, that indicated, hey, I'm on the way, OTW, to the spot. There was only $120 cash in the safe store pocket, so I grabbed that. Did he send you this message?
I can't recall the specifics, but yes, I guess it would.
115. On August 21st of 2023, did your device from an individual named Mom send your son a message that said, what's the code to the safe? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And in 2016, or in States 116, 2023, did you send your son a message indicating, hey, Shawnee, at 8:14 p.m.?
Okay.
Did you send the message to your son that says, hey, Shawnee, at 8:14
It
p.m.?
is possible. Yes.
Did you also send, I'm back at home for a few minutes?
Yes.
Does he tell you that he's on his way over?
Yes.
Do you then ask him, what is the code to the safe?
Yes.
Does he respond to you with a code?
Yes.
Do you respond to him, I'm about to leave, I'll get off from you later?
Yes.
And again, never mind, just hold on to it for now, at about 8:43.
Yes.
Does he say, do you want me to put it back in the box, question mark, to you?
Yes.
And do you respond, no, just hold on to it, but be safe?
Yes.
He clearly had access to the safe. Is she talking about hanging on to it as in a weapon? That was bad.
Your son to actually have been in possession of any firearm outside of when you have indicated you took him to utilize those firearms
No.
at the firing range. Do you recognize the specific firearms?
I can't recognize the specific firearms in the picture.
Do you recognize that shoe as one that your son wears?
I don't know if that's I can't tell you. It's a
If
picture
you
of a
don't know,
firearm
that's
on the
okay.
floor.
If you don't know, that's okay.
Yeah, I really can't tell you. Oh, snaps.
Oh my god, her phone's going off now, and this is not good. I would imagine that's an AR that was found in her safe, and her son took a picture of it, clearly.
Are you familiar with what a Glock switch is?
Yes.
Do you possess a federal stamp required by law for which to possess a Glock switch?
No.
Do you have a Glock switch in your possession?
No.
Do you own a Glock switch to use with your guns?
No.
Can you please, for the jury to see, put your hands up so that they can see the front and the backs of your hands, ma'am? Well, what's on the front of the firearm?
I'm sorry?
What's on the front of the firearm underneath the barrel?
It looks like a scope.
Do you have a firearm or a handgun with a scope that looks like that?
Still what you got? Yes. But I can't tell if that's my weapon because I can't see the serial number.
Well, surely you can tell because it has a Glock switch on it, and you've indicated you don't have a Glock switch, right?
Right.
Okay. And this is not your... I'm sorry.
The handguard?
This is not your hand, is it?
No.
And this is an extraction from your son's device. Do you understand that?
If that's what you claim, it doesn't.
In advance of you testifying here today, did you ask your son whether there was anything incriminating on his phone?
No, I didn't.
Oh boy, does this lady not know what she's up against here? Her son probably has so much incriminating shit on his phone, and she has no idea about it, and she's testifying. This was a bad idea. She ain't gonna do this in his trial, I can promise you that.
That looks like it. Yeah, that's a Glock 9mm.
Okay. Do you recognize it as belonging to you, ma'am?
No, I can't read the serial number on it.
Surely you can admit that those are not your legs.
No, and I can't say that that's my gun either.
Okay. And lastly, we'll show you 118C. Did you teach your son how to dismantle an assault rifle?
No.
You did not?
No.
Okay. You don't recognize these pictures from his device?
No, I don't. I don't see any reference. I don't see anything to reference it to. It's just it's a barrel on a sheet.
Sure, I'm just asking whether you recognize it, ma'am.
No,
That's
I
all.
don't.
Okay. Did your son explain to you that he sent a text message to Gathwrights or Isaiah Chance on April 27th of 2024, but with that same identical photograph?
No.
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 Did you know your son or Isaiah Chance to have access to those assault rifles in March or April of 2024?
No.
Yikes. She don't know nothing about it. Her son clearly hid so much shit from her.
So you would not have known anything about this same depiction being messaged between or on Rashad Murphy's device in the 2 days before the homicide? Do you know Rashad Murphy?
No, I don't.
Any reason for Rashad Murphy to have anything from your son's device? Never came around with your son?
No. I thought you said those pictures went to my son.
They did. From
So why would they go to
Gathwrights,
my-
your son's best friend. Remember him? Do you remember him?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying if they're in my home, why would the photo of my weapons in my home be sent to my son who lives at the home?
Yeah, I couldn't explain to you why your son and his best friend were sending photographs of the weapons around that you have. But I'm just asking you why they had access to
I'm
them.
not saying that those are my weapons. Like I said before, there's no context to it where I can identify where this was taken. You said it's on the phone, that's fine. But there's no context. There's nothing that I
This is a terrible look.
something from my home.
There's no question. The context is you've indicated your son, other than the one time you took him to that firing range, would not have access to all of your
Correct.
assault weapons.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
Lastly, you've indicated that your son is not, in fact, in a gang. Is that right?
That is right.
But you admit that you yourself, you said today, I think, that you are a gang associate according to Florida statute.
Yeah, according to Florida statute.
So you're
Because,
familiar?
yeah, I am familiar. I looked it up because according to Florida statute, if you associate with a known gang member, which is only known to law enforcement, not to any individual person.
Is that extra bit that you've added there, the portion?
No, actually, that's the reality of it.
The statute
So
says-
if you willingly associate
Ma'am,
with a known
ma'am.
gang member,
Correct.
then you are considered a gang associate.
Not a question. What's the question?
Well, she said I willingly admitted to being a gang member. I just wanted to clarify that.
I'm cringing. This is the jury hearing all this, man. Getting really defensive.
Oh, that's Sean.
And who else is in the photograph that you know?
I know the other two people in the photograph.
Right, who are they, please?
I'm not going to give you their names.
Okay. You're refusing to give the names?
Well, I don't think it's appropriate.
Oh, okay. Well, you're under oath to tell the truth. so-
I am, and I truly believe it's not appropriate. to-
Okay, well, I guess you're the judge now. Okay, go ahead. What's the next question?
They're not involved in it.
What the fuck is going on?
Ma'am, did you have in the photograph that you
Defense lawyer just face palmed. He's like, oh shit, why did we call this lady? Oh no, is this his brother and sister or something? That looks like his sister, honestly.
know? How about 114B, ma'am? Is your son depicted also in this one?
Yes.
Which individual is your son in 114B?
He's the one with the hat.
Is he in the center of the photograph?
Yes, on
Is,
the left.
is your daughter also depicted in the photograph?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I kind of understand this. She's being protective of her children. Like, I get it, but it's just, this was all a bad idea, I think, right?
Is there a reason why you don't want other people identified for
Objection, Your
this
Honor,
court?
relevance.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Is there a reason why you don't want other people identified for this court?
Yes.
You can answer. Go ahead.
Yes, because number one, the high profile of the case. Number two, I was directly told by law enforcement.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustain as to hearsay.
Okay.
So,
it's a very-
no, ma'am, I sustain the objection. You can't keep answering, all right? So, you're not actually the judge in here. So, and I do appreciate the situation you're in. However, nonetheless, you need to do what I tell you to do. What's the next question?
Are there reasons why you don't want to identify people for the cameras?
Yes, I believe that.
Okay, that's just a yes. Thank you.
Is because of the high profile nature and the fact that it involves supposed violent gangs in Jacksonville that we have never come in contact with. So I feel like it would be a violation of these individuals' privacy, since they're not relevant to the case and they have no relevance to Alicia Andrews.
All
as far
right,
as
now
I
we're getting
know.
into a narrative, so ask the next question.
Nobody tells that person that they're a known gang member, and nobody tells anybody around them that they're a known gang member. So if you're hanging around somebody unknowingly and law enforcement has deemed them to be a gang member, then you theoretically could also be considered a gang associate.
Is she getting emotional? Oh man, this is
All right. Can you find the location where Alicia Andrews arrives in Tampa?
trying to figure out why they would call this guy for cell phone shit.
And when you were viewing the Cellhawk data in the PowerPoint, did you notice anything that was missing?
Yes, but it was on the slide view, slightly different than the map view that we just saw. I saw prepared slides in the PowerPoint, and I believe there was about a 20-minute gap
In the slides?
in the slides, yes.
We'll go through those.
So that's why they called him, to point out a gap.
So it looks to me like this is a screenshot of a map navigation, leaving Players Club and going back to Teasers Club.
Okay. All right. But this PowerPoint itself doesn't have like any indication that Players Club was a location that the phone traveled to.
That's correct.
So what they figured out is that they actually did go to another nightclub, apparently. So defense is trying to just show that they left out that they went to a different nightclub in between the two nightclubs tracking Foolio, I think.
We saw it. We saw the clusters of locations in the Cellhawk data for that time period, but they just make a slide for it.
They intentionally left out a slide for it. That's what he's pointing out. That's it for today. I don't know if the defense is calling any more witnesses tomorrow. I would imagine closing arguments is going to happen either tomorrow or Monday. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit subscribe. Peace out, boys.